Yo, we about to get into this video, man, talking about why all the rappers hate Birdman, man. You know, a lot of rappers don't like Birdman. We finna get into all that. Make sure y'all smash that like button, man. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button so y'all can join up and be part of the Buddha gang. You know what I'm saying? That's how we coming, man. Let's see why these rappers don't like Birdman.
My mama went to school with him. My mama was so scared for me to even be involved with him.
Lil Wayne sued Birdman for $51 million, called himself a prisoner, and then had his tour bus shot up right in the middle of the fallout. Juvenile walked away from a quadruple platinum run, sued Cash Money, and said the contracts were so bad he wouldn't see royalties for years. After years of alleged mismanagement, unpaid money, and broken promises, rappers from every era are now speaking out.
Hey, whatever y'all favorite Cash Money albums is, I want y'all to drop it down in the comment section. You ain't got to list all just your top 2, top 3, or whatever. I'm going to go ahead and give y'all my top 3 Cash Money albums of all time. Juvenile, 400 Degrees, Lil Wayne, The Carter One, and the Hot Boy album, Guerrilla Warfare. Them 3 albums right there is untouchable. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care if you feel like, you know what I'm saying? Your opinion is your opinion. But to me, the greatest Cash Money albums, Juvenile, 400 Degrees, Lil Wayne, The Carter One, and the Hot Boys, Guerrilla Warfare. I don't know too many albums that's better than those 3 albums, bro. I can't lie. You know, so drop y'all down in the comment section for me. Let's go.
About why they really hate Birdman. Lil Wayne. Y'all want to talk about a situation that broke the hearts of hip-hop fans worldwide? Let's start with the most devastating one of them all, the beef between Lil Wayne and Birdman. For those who don't know the history, Wayne met Birdman when he was just a youngin' in the streets of New Orleans. Baby became like a father figure to the kid, taking him under his wing and signing him to Cash Money Records when Wayne was only about 9 or 11 years old. And look, Wayne himself has spoken on just how deep Birdman's reputation ran in those New Orleans streets. This wasn't just some record label executive. This was a man whose name rang bells before the music industry even knew who he was. Peep what Wayne said about his own mama's reaction to him signing with Baby.
And in New Orleans, you know, that name way before there was rap, before there was a Cash Money Records, that name held weight. You know, my mama went to school with him. My mama was so scared for me to even be involved with him. Wow. You know what I mean? All she would say was like, boy, that boy was 14 with $1 million. Like, ain't nobody, I don't know how you got it.
I wish I could have been 14 with $1 million. You know what I'm saying? They said Birdman been getting that paper out here. 14 with $1 million? Crazy.
14, I don't know, she was scared of him.
So we talking about a man whose name held weight in them streets before rap was even a thing for him. Wayne's biological father left, and his stepfather was killed. So Birdman stepped in as that father figure. They were so close that pictures of them kissing on the lips.
Now, no matter how rich I get, I ain't doing this. You know what I'm saying? This ain't, it ain't a part of that. I ain't with all that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going that far. The money can't make me go that far. I'm sorry.
Circulated, which Birdman always described as a father-son gesture. That's how tight they were, fam. But fast forward to 2014, and everything between Wayne and Baby fell apart. The issue? Wayne claimed Birdman was holding his album, The Carter V, hostage, not paying him advances he was owed, and basically keeping him trapped on that label like a prisoner. Wayne had launched Young Money Entertainment as a Cash Money imprint back in 2005, signing stars like Drake and Nicki Minaj. Under their joint venture, Cash Money owned 51% of Young Money, while Wayne held 49%. This structure promised shared profits but sowed seeds for future disputes. Wayne went to Twitter on December 4th, 2014, and let the world know, I want off this label and nothing to do with these people, but unfortunately it ain't that easy. I am a prisoner, and so is my creativity. And yo, that tweet shook the culture because we're talking about Wayne, the dude who made Cash Money what it was during that era. His manager Cortez. Bryant even posted on Instagram defending Wayne, noting he had carried Cash Money on his back for over 10 years. The situation got so bad that Wayne filed a $51 million lawsuit against Cash Money Records in January 2015, claiming they owed him an $8 million advance for The Carter V, another $2 million for completing the album, and royalties from Young Money artists. He was basically saying Birdman had misappropriated over $70 million from a $100 million Young Money advance that was supposed to go toward royalties and marketing. Wayne even accused Birdman
was like, hey, Woody, I I know what the paperwork and stuff said, Woody, but I know you supposed to get what you supposed to get, but I had to get what I had to get. You know what I'm saying? And ain't nobody just finna owe me $51 million and think we cool, man. No.
And Universal of conspiracy, saying they used his Young Money profits to cover Birdman's $70 million debt from a $100 million advance. And if that wasn't wild enough, in April 2015, Wayne's tour bus got shot up in Atlanta after a show. Nobody got hurt, thank God, but the incident was allegedly linked to Birdman and Young Thug through phone records. Young Thug affiliate Pee Wee Roscoe was arrested and sentenced to 10 years, though neither Birdman nor Thug was ever charged. Some sources even claimed Birdman was trying to replace Wayne with Thug, who originally named a project Carter 6 before changing it to Barter 6. The beef finally got settled.
And I believe, you know what I'm saying, some things could be squashed, some things could be overlooked. But if you shot up my bus, like if you tried to kill me, I ain't never finna be cool with you. And I still want my money. But I ain't never finna be cool with you, whether I looked at you like you was my pops or not. Even if I looked at you like you was my pops, if you tried to kill, we could have a disagreement. I'd rather go outside with you and squabble. We could squabble up, man to man. But if you try to kill me, if you shoot a bullet at me, I'm never being cool with you, bro.
In 2018, when Wayne received over $10 million from Universal, gained control of his music, and was freed from Cash Money. The Carter V finally dropped that September and debuted with 480,000 units. They eventually reconciled publicly, hugging at Club Live, Birdman posting "Me and My Son" on Instagram, even an onstage apology at Lil Louisiana Fest. But man, for a minute there, it looked like a father-son relationship had been permanently destroyed over some bread. Juvenile. Before Wayne's situation even popped off,
I don't need your player hating on Juvie. Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like I said, one of Cash Money best albums ever. Juvenile 400 Degrees. If you never heard it, go listen to it. It started everything. It was great when it came out. It literally had us wearing tees, bows, and reeds. Go cop that. Go download it right now. Go listen to it right now. Finish watching this video first, though, then go download it. You know what I'm saying?
We had Juvenile showing everybody that Cash Money had a pattern. This man was one of the biggest artists on that label, dropping classics like 400 Degrees, which went quadruple platinum in 1998, and hits like Ha and Back That Ass Up that still get played at cookouts to this day.
Should have went 8 times platinum.
His follow-ups, The G Code, went double platinum.
Now, I like the G Code too, but it ain't 400 Degrees.
Project English went platinum, and Juve the Great also went platinum with Slow
Nah, Juvie the Great was cool too, but it ain't 400 Degrees.
Motion, featuring Soulja Slim topping the Hot 100. But here's the thing about how Juvenile even ended up at Cash Money in the first place. After parting ways with Warlock Records over creative differences, Juvie wanted to expand beyond bounce music. He ran into Birdman at a bus stop in New Orleans. Birdman was impressed by Juvenile's freestyle and introduced him to producer Manny Fresh. A key factor in Juvenile's decision was an existing rap rivalry, Cash Money's beef with Master P's No Limit Records, particularly involving No Limit artist Mystical, pushed Juvenile toward Birdman. But in the early 2000s, around 2001-2002, Juvenile bounced from Cash Money over financial disputes. He claimed the label wasn't paying him what he was owed, and that he discovered through his lawyer that the contracts were so poorly handled that he wouldn't be receiving royalty checks for years, according to
I be wondering, I guess when you in the entertainment industry or whatever, I guess things go fast. But I be wondering, as y'all sitting around working hard, show to show, doing it, what make you wake up and say, hey, wait a minute, they ain't gave me my money? I said it always be later like, nah, they ain't paying me what they supposed to be paying me. They ain't giving me the money they should be giving me. Like, where my money at?
To Juvie, Cash Money was using a criminal lawyer to handle entertainment deals, and that just wasn't cutting it. The contracts were messed up, filings were botched, and artists were getting beat in legal matters.
Wow.
In interviews, Juvenile broke it down saying it wasn't personal beef, wasn't no personal I don't like this guy. It was strictly business mishandlings. But still, he accused Birdman and Slim of benefiting disproportionately, while he, Turk, and BG got scammed out of their earnings. He even sued Cash Money in 2003 for unpaid royalties. reportedly seeking $4 million, but settling for $11 million according to some sources. Publicly, Juvenile vowed to punish the label financially and criticized Birdman for tarnishing his character. Birdman fired back in interviews, calling Juvenile a failure whose solo career underperformed, and even claiming Juvenile left threatening voicemails. The beef got personal real quick. BG. Now BG, this man is a legend in that New Orleans scene, one of the original Hot Boys, signed to Cash Money at just 12 years old back in 1992 alongside an 11-year-old Lil Wayne. He gave us Bling Bling, the song that literally added a word to the dictionary and helped define that whole late 90s era with albums like Chopper City and The Ghetto in 1999. His contributions helped Cash Money secure that massive $30 million distribution.
Chopper City and The Ghetto, another classic album. I can't put that one on the list yet because I ain't made my Cash Money top 10, but we know what that top 3 is though. But it'll probably definitely be in that top 10.
Distribution deal with Universal Records in 1998, but just like the others, BG left Cash Money in the early 2000s amid money disputes, claiming he received nothing for contribution.
I ain't gonna lie though, one thing about people that leave Birdman, it seemed like everybody always go back. So even if you say Birdman screwed you or didn't pay you all your money or whatever, they always go back and do business with him. So y'all must have made more money with him than anywhere else y'all went.
To around 80 records. He specifically stated he never received royalty checks for his pre-1998 albums. In 2001, BG, Juvenile, and Turk all exited Cash Money amid claims of shady accounting and unpaid royalties. They sued and settled, returning in 2003, but the experience left lasting resentment. BG spent over a decade in prison on gun charges, arrested in 2009, sentenced to 14 years in 2012, serving 11 before his release on September 5th, 2023. During incarceration, BG felt unsupported by the label, amplifying resentment over historical unpaid funds. But when he came home, Birdman was actually there to greet him, gifting him a Cash Money chain and allegedly $1 million. But here's the thing, BG had actually made a diss record toward Cash Money while he was dealing with his feelings. In January 2024, BG featured on Finesse 2 Times Gangstified, where he even dissed Lil Wayne for not sending money while he was locked up. Everybody thought that was going to cause major problems with the whole Cash Money camp. But peep what BG said about why Birdman forgave him for that diss track.
And I know Birdman. I know him.
Man, Birdman raised me, bro. You heard me? You know what I'm saying?
I love that.
Like, you know, that's like a father figure to me. You know what I'm saying? Him and Slim. You know what I mean? I got the utmost love for him. I love that. Respect for him. Like.
Okay, so if Birdman are y'all daddy, why y'all try to act like y'all daddy was stealing y'all money? Y'all went back over there and got y'all money. Birdman kept y'all pay. I ain't gonna lie. Even if Birdman was screwing y'all probably made more money with him than y'all made with anybody else or everywhere else. From what I done seen. And y'all had better records and better hit records.
BG explained that when he gets in his feelings, he spaces out in the booth. It's emotional venting, speaking from the heart, and it just comes out. But Birdman understood that because their history runs so deep. BG talked about how his mama's house was a stash house back in the 80s. These dudes go way back. Turk. Now, if you want to talk about somebody who has been vocal about his issues with the Cash Money situation, we got to talk about Hot Boy Turk. This man has been going back and forth with Birdman and even his own former group mates for years now. And unlike BG, Turk's situation with Cash Money is far from resolved. Turk was discovered by Birdman at age 13 and joined Cash Money alongside the others, forming the Hot Boys. Their debut, Get It How You Live, in 1997 sold 400,000 copies, and Guerrilla Warfare in 1999.
I remember when they first came out, man, we always thought we was going to get a Turk and Lil Wayne album by themselves. Never happened. We sure thought it was going to come one day, man, but never happened. And I don't know what Turk was doing, but he ended up eventually getting, locked up or whatever. But, man, bro, like, the steam that was behind the Hot Boys after Juvie did what he did, and then this album right here, this Guerrilla Warfare, oh my God, bro. Like, you had to be there. You had to be there. Might not have the same effect on you now, but when that music dropped, oh my God, Lord have mercy. You just had to be there.
topped the Billboard R&B hip-hop chart and reached number 5 on the Billboard 200. But by 2003, Turk left Cash Money along with Juvenile and BG over unpaid royalties. He claimed he received zero compensation for contributions to about 80 records. Turk spent almost a decade in prison after a 2004 arrest in a drug raid involving a SWAT shootout, getting sentenced to 14 years but serving nearly 9 before his 2012 release. And here's what made Turk feel some type of way. When he got out, Birdman didn't even acknowledge his release, unlike when BG came home to a Cash Money chain and allegedly $1 million.
Now, Birdman did speak on that. He said, well, Woody, me and Turk, we wasn't that cool, Woody, before he went to jail. I couldn't blame him. He said we ain't had no relationship before he went to jail. We ain't had no relationship. So, you know, it is what it is.
That silence spoke volumes. In 2015, Turk filed a lawsuit against Cash Money for rights to his music and damages exceeding $1 million, citing void contracts due to poor accounting. That case settled out of court for about $1.3 million, which Turk later described as severance that excluded publishing rights. He briefly re-signed with Cash Money in 2016, but nothing came of it. The real drama came more recently with the Hot Boys reunion attempts. Turk was supposed to be part of the 2025 30th anniversary tour, but things went left real quick. Peep what happened when Turk refused to take a pay cut.
So you expect me to take a pay cut in the next city on top of taking a loss? You feel me? That I ain't getting none of my back end? Nah, I need all my money when we go to Cleveland. You feel me? Once I said that, I thought everything was cool, understood, but they had a cake bake for me, I guess. That's what they think. 4 o'clock in the morning, they sent my manager an email saying that I'm terminated. You know, that I was a security threat.
And Turk called.
I see what the problem was this whole time. Turk was always the problem child of the group. Now, you would think it would be Lil Wayne because Lil Wayne was the youngest, but no. Turk was always the problem child in the group. Always not listening, doing whatever he wanted to do. They ain't showing up the studio sessions, all that, and then come home, complain after complain after complain. After, no, I wanted all my money. They ain't send me all my money. They Birdman trying to keep all my money again. It's like, come on, Turk. Is you on the team or not? It got to be a team effort, Turk. Come on, man.
Called that whole security threat excuse out as cap.
Was this the first time you were hearing about a security
Yeah,
risk?
because where was our security threat before? When you offered me to take less of my money.
Then at the Cash Money versus No Limit Versus battle in October 2025, Birdman straight up called Turk a little from the stage.
Hey, from now on, we ain't calling it versus no more. We calling it the Versus. The Versus. At the Versus battle. Yeah, at the Versus.
Saying, we gon' with you when we want to. Turk was watching from home, hosting his own watch party since he wasn't even invited. Turk also went in on BG, calling him anti-BG and clowning his outfit from the Versus. The situation between Turk and the rest of Cash Money is wild. He sued promoters for $300,000 and they countered with a $12 million lawsuit against Turk for allegedly sabotaging the tour. This beef, it ain't even close to being resolved. Mannie Fresh. Man, if we talking about who built the Cash Money sound, we gotta put respect on Mannie Fresh's name.
Now, I ain't gonna lie. And I gotta be 100 about this, though. However much Slim and Birdman worth, Mannie Fresh, it can't be that far, bruh. It can't be. Mannie Fresh did all the greatest Cash Money albums, bro. Period, point blank. I don't care about when Drake got that. I don't care about when Nicki got that. I'm talking about, but before that, he did all the Cash Money albums, bro. There's no way Mannie Fresh shouldn't be up there with Slim and Birdman when it comes to the paper side, bro. No way.
Dude produced every major hit that label had in the late 90s and early 2000s. Back That Ass Up, Still Fly, Go DJ, Bling Bling. All of that was Mannie Fresh's production. He joined Cash Money around 1993 and was responsible for crafting that signature sound characterized by heavy bass, synthesizers, and New Orleans bounce influences. Mannie wasn't just a producer either. He was half of the Big Timers duo with Birdman, dropping the platinum-selling Hood Rich album in 2002. Their collaboration was initially fruitful, with Manny crediting the label for teaching artists an independent blueprint for financial success in hip-hop. But in 2005, Manny Fresh left Cash Money citing financial disputes and a desire for creative freedom. He wanted to explore other genres beyond hip-hop like rock and gospel, but more importantly, he felt like he wasn't being compensated properly for the beats that literally made that label's sound. He said he cleared $50,000 per beat, but saw discrepancies between the label's lavish lifestyle and the financial numbers presented to him.
No, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it real. Manny Fresh deserved way more than $50,000 a beat, bruh. We gotta give Manny Fresh more than $50,000 a beat. He worth more than $50,000 a beat. You gotta at least bump that up to 300, 400K a beat or something. Come on, man. Nah, we weren't playing Manny Fresh like that. Come on, Bird. Dang.
Manny has been real about what he calls homeboy business. When your friends and family handle business roles without proper expertise, things get messy. Your friend cannot be your manager. He can't be your lawyer. Because if you're with a company that don't want you to have them things, then maybe you shouldn't be with that company, he explained. Birdman responded harshly to Manny's exit. In a 2006 interview, he reportedly said, "F you." Criticizing Manny's loyalty. Manny sued Cash Money and settled in mid-2006 for an undisclosed amount. He retained some of his masters, but by 2010, he was still chasing royalties, calling it a learning lesson about trusting partners with money. After leaving, Manny joined Def Jam South and produced for Jeezy. And then what? In 2005, which he called a turning point.
And then what? Man. I look. And I don't care what nobody say. If I'm Master P, I'm never getting rid of KL and Beats by the Pound. Whatever y'all want. I would have never got rid of Beats by the Pound. That was the downfall of No Limit right there. No more Beats by the Pound. I would have gave KLC them whatever they wanted. When it comes to Manny Fresh, if I'm Cash Money, Manny ain't going nowhere. Give him what he want. Whatever he want, give it to him. We can still use the other producer, but give it to him. Whatever he want, give it to him. Open the checkbook. Tell him right in his own number. I don't give a damn. I'm not losing my top main producer who done built us from the ground up, who got the chemistry with everybody, who know when to drop, put in the vocals, change that. Come on, bro. That's crazy, bro. That was them downfalls and decline with Cash Money and No Limit. Manny Fresh leaving Cash Money and the Pound leaving No Limit, man. Shouldn't have never happened.
After a dark period of uncertainty, Gillie the Kid. Now this one is spicy, fam. Gillie the Kid has been claiming for
I know Gillie sick right now because the Eagles lost the other day. You know what I'm saying? The Eagles lost. Hey, Gillie, hey, you know, we can't win them all, but guess who won, though, Gillie? The Bears did. Yeah, the Bears won, Gillie. Bear down, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, shout out to Chicago, you know what I'm saying? Because them Bears did their thing, Gillie, but yo, Eagles is out, man. We'll call Eagle Man, get some low rates. You know what I'm saying?
years that he ghost wrote for Lil Wayne back in the early days. According to Gillie, he helped get Wayne's flow tight and contributed to The Carter and other projects. Cash Money, Birdman, and Wayne have all denied these claims consistently. Gillie was actually signed to Cash Money for a brief period in the early 2000s, but left in 2003 over money disputes. He's claimed he was promised a $200,000 signing bonus, but got
I don't remember Gillie dropping one song on Cash Money.
Got caught up in unfair publishing deals and overall bad business practices. Birdman has always maintained that Gillie never released any music under Cash Money and generated no revenue, stating in 2023, "I ain't never made $1 off Gillie, and he for sure ain't never wrote one rhyme for Moolah Wayne." The beef was simmering for years through diss tracks and street DVDs. In 2006, Lil Wayne dissed Gillie on Problem Solver from the mixtape The Carter No. 2, Like Father, Like Son. Gillie retaliated hard, appearing on Cheddar DVD Volume 6 2006, making a barrage of accusations, lending jewelry to Wayne for videos, advising on business matters, and exposing what he called fake behavior from the Cash Money camp. Then in 2023, the beef reignited when Birdman appeared on Clubhouse with Whack 100 and said he lost all respect for Gillie after allegedly witnessing Beanie Siegel slap him in a Philadelphia store. According to Birdman, Gillie was allegedly armed and had a large entourage, but didn't do anything back. Birdman framed this as Gillie backing down, saying, "You're not like that." Gillie fired back in a
Yeah, Birdman was like, what that dude named Beanie? What was the name? Beanie? The boy from Philly, Beanie? Yeah, he smacked Gillie the kid when they went in the store. Hey, man, that's wild as hell.
video dismissing the delay in Birdman's response. Why Birdman wait so long to say something, man? It took you 25 years to get some heart. He boasted of his current stature, claiming, "I'm bigger than Baby. I generate more money than that right now." Gillie called Birdman a coward and rejected the Beanie Siegel story as fabricated. But here's the interesting part. Despite all that beef, Gillie has said he respects Birdman's hustle.
And so Ace said one thing he respects about Birdman is the hustle, and that's one thing everybody has got to respect about Birdman. Can't nobody say they out hustle Birdman from the very start. Hey, we know what he allegedly did back in his teens and stuff like that. He was outside in the streets, all of that stuff. Been documented and
Birdman was definitely hustling. Cause that big balling video, hey, whoa, Kim Musabet, you know that whole video was built off hustle. You know what I'm saying? That whole video looked like the hustle and the struggle.
confirmed, you feel me? Now, fast forward, he built Cash Money from the ground up with his brother, had a bunch of local artists and made them national artists. He took those national artists and made them global superstars. We're talking about Wayne, Drake, Nicki Minaj, Juvenile, BG, Turk, the Hot Boys. Manny Fresh made him one of the greatest producers of all time.
At 48, Gillie has framed his stance as prioritizing family and legacy over dumb shit, suggesting the beef is more about past slights than ongoing warfare. So even Gillie, who has major issues with Birdman, can't deny that the man's business acumen and hustle are undeniable. That's real talk. Pusha T. Now we gotta talk about a beef that's been simmering for over 20 years. Pusha T versus Birdman and the whole Cash Money camp. This one got layers upon layers, fam. This whole thing started back in 2002 when Birdman allegedly didn't properly pay the Neptunes for their production work on What Happened to That.
Now, Birdman didn't pay Pharrell for what happened to that boy. And Pharrell said he would never give Birdman a beat ever again in life. And I don't think he has. But, yeah, man, but Stunning Patty Cake, the worldwide pusher. Birdman, Daddy leave the gun in the bush. Hey, y'all know what happened to that boy. You had to be there when it came out, man. If you never heard that, go listen to it.
That Boy, which featured clips, Pusha T, and his brother No Malice. Pharrell Williams reportedly refused to work with Cash Money after that financial slight, and since Pusha T was tight with Pharrell as part of the Star Trek family, he took that personally. This became a core grievance that would fuel years of animosity. The tensions rose when Lil Wayne started wearing Bape clothing, a style that Clips and Pharrell had popularized through their connection with brand founder Migo. In 2006, when Wayne
You never heard grinding by the Clips? Go listen to it. You had to be there when it came out. We beat on a lot of lunchroom tables and lockers at school, man. Getting that beat together, man. I'm trying to tell you, you had to be there. Go listen to it. Clips, grinding.
The Vibe magazine cover in Bape. Clips dropped Mr. Me Too, featuring Pharrell with lines like, "Wanna know the time? Better clock us, you know in," as bite the style from the shoes to the watches, widely interpreted as targeting Wayne's style appropriation. Wayne fired back in a December 2006 Complex interview, downplaying Clips' influence. "I don't see no Clips. They had to do a song with us to get hot." He even mocked Pharrell. "Who the is Pharrell? Do you really respect him? That wore Bapes and y'all thought he was weird." The beef escalated dramatically in 2012 when Pusha T dropped Exodus 23:1, which criticized Cash Money's layered contract structure. Contract all f***ed up. I guess that means you all f***ed up. You signed to one that signed to another that signed to three. Now that's bad luck. This was interpreted as targeting Drake's deal structure, Young Money, Cash Money, Universal, and Birdman's oversight. Lil Wayne responded swiftly on Twitter, "Hey Pusha T, and anybody that love him, followed by the diss track Ghoulish. Pusha dismissed it on Hot 97 as horrible and trash, and as recently as July 2025, Pusha T was still taking shots, dropping Damage Control with Whale where he rapped, "The realest Birdman, I just cock-a-doodle-doo, doorstep, doorstep, I get it right through. Money talk, the wrist is light blue. Sugar Hill sweet, is feeling type 2. Bruised egos, man, you might sue." That last line referenced Drake's lawsuit against Universal Music Group. That's over 2 decades of consistent smoke for Cash Money.
And I ain't gonna lie, all this because Birdman ain't paid for the what happened to that boy beat. When we could have been getting Pusha T and Lil Wayne songs and Drake songs, and they all could have been together, man. Crazy.
Damn, Pusha T ain't letting up, and he told GQ the lawsuit cheapens rap battles. Rick Ross. Rick Ross and Birdman used to be cool, like real cool. They even recorded a joint
I forgot Birdman got into it with the Papes
project together called The H back in 2008, which was released as a mixtape in May 2013, hosted by DJ Khaled. Their relationship started with mutual respect and creative synergy. Ross from Miami and Birdman from New Orleans, both influential figures in Southern.
Rim to 22. Rick Ross Hustling, another classic song, man. You never heard it, go listen to it. You had to be there when it dropped. I'm telling you, you had to be there. You just had to be there. That's all I can say.
Hip-hop. But Ross started having issues when he saw how Birdman was treating Lil Wayne during their public beef. In 2015, Ross dropped Color Money, where he indirectly shaded the Cash Money situation. Then in 2016, he sent shots on Snapchat, mocking a potential Birdman-Wayne reunion and sending Rose to Charlemagne to God after Birdman's infamous "Put Some Respect on My Name" rant on The Breakfast Club. The pinnacle came in March 2017 when Ross dropped the diss track Idols Become Rivals on his album Rather You Than Me. Over a soulful Chris Rock sample, Ross lamented his lost admiration. "You would give us self-esteem and motivate our drive, but was in our pockets by the time we count to 5. I pray you find the kindness in your heart for Wayne. His entire life, he gave you what there was to gain." He also asked that all producers please get paid, putting Birdman on blast for allegedly not paying the people who made Cash Money's music. Ross explained his reasoning in interviews, saying he idolized Birdman at one point, but watching how Wayne was being treated after carrying Cash Money on his back for over a decade made him lose.
Ross will jump in any beef and blame everybody else. He jumped out there when that Birdman, "I don't like what he did to Kelly. I don't like what he did to Wayne. Yo, my brother, you see how he treat Wayne? I see how he do Kelly. He need to fix that before we can fix this." Ain't got nothing to do with him. Nothing to do with him at all. Why he did Drake? Oh, because he wouldn't clear French Montana song. He wouldn't clear French Montana mixtape. He got to fix that before we can fix this. Them my brothers. I ain't seen one person jump out there and take Rick Ross' side for no beef at all whatsoever. But he always quick to jump out there and take somebody's side for a beef.
Lose respect. He told Billboard, "Birdman is supposed to be in that building making
buddy,
those
bigger than
people
Rick
give him
Ross.
money to take care of his man. There's nothing more I hate than that. Us not doing what we came here for." Birdman dismissed the diss as in a Billboard interview, saying, "I don't get caught up in shit, man. I just keep doing what I'm doing and keep pushing. Numbers don't lie, and that's all I give a about, numbers and putting them up." Tensions peaked in fall 2017 with Birdman's 10-minute rant video filled with insults, to which Ross replied from vacation, "Boy, you a year late and 5 years late paying that man his money. Pay that man Lil Wayne his money. We know you ain't right." Tyga. Tyga signed with Young Money Entertainment back in 2008 and dropped hits like Rack City that went 4 times platinum.
Man, I ain't old Tiger no money, man. I ain't gonna put the lime in the coconut and twist it all up. I think that was all he had on Cash Money, man. Nobody owe Tiger no money, man. I don't know if Rack City came. I don't know if he had left already then or what. But if he had that over there, okay, maybe a little bit more. But the lime in the coconut and twisting it all up, no, we ain't paying for that, man. We ain't giving you no money for that.
Peaking at number 7 on the Billboard Hot 100. His major label albums, Careless World, Rise of the Last King in 2012, and Hotel California in 2013, generated revenue, but also incurred costs that became central to his dispute with the label.
But I ain't gonna lie though, if I needed a hit right now, I'll go to Tiger. For some reason, when you ain't been doing music for a long time, you go get up with Tiger, you gonna have a hit out the gate. Ask Chris Brown, want anybody. Tiger gonna make sure you got a hit today. But back when he was doing that lime and coconut and twisting it all up, I wasn't rocking with that.
Label. By October 2014, Tyga was publicly complaining that Cash Money was holding his album, the Gold Album, 18th Dynasty, hostage. He took to Twitter and stated the album was complete but held hostage by label politics. Gold album been done, my album been done, but my label holding me hostage, so I can't release nothing. This was part of a wave of discontent at Young Money, Cash Money, happening simultaneously with Wayne's battles over the Carter 5. Birdman responded in an XXL interview, calling the situation not cool, but taking a neutral stance without directly attacking Tyga. By 2015, Tyga confirmed his intent to leave Cash Money and released the Gold album independently via his own Last Kings Records. In 2017, Tyga went on The Breakfast Club and claimed he was owed $15 million from Cash Money, including royalties for Rack City and other tracks. He held off on suing immediately, saying he was waiting for Wayne's case to be resolved first. I'm in a position to where I just want Wayne to get what he's owed. Then, in August 2018, Tyga filed a lawsuit against Birdman, Lil Wayne, Cash Money, and Young Money for breach of contract. Initial reports pegged the amount at $1 million in unpaid royalties, but documents later revealed claims escalating to $10 million, focusing on royalties for Careless World and Hotel California, as well as singles like Faded and Make It Nasty. But here's where it gets interesting. Birdman countered, saying that Tyga actually owed Cash Money money for unrecouped advances. Cash Money provided accounting statements showing Tyga's royalty account was significantly unrecouped due to advances and expenses, completely flipping the narrative. Tyga eventually dropped the lawsuit in April 2019 voluntarily.
See what I'm saying? So no, Birdman they didn't screw him. They overpaid him. This nigga got overpaid. Tyga didn't sit up here crying. He got overpaid. And you ain't even recouped. With the lime and the coconut twisted, you ain't recouped. We done got you, but how you think you got that house? How you think you got that Ferrari, them cars, all that? You ain't even recouped. And we still paid you. So they overpaid him. So yeah, no lawsuit. They overpaid him.
Without a settlement after failed negotiations. Sources indicated both sides couldn't agree amicably, with Birdman's counterclaims about unrecouped advances playing a role. The case closed without prejudice, and no major escalations have occurred since, though in 2022, Birdman revisited the claims, again contesting Tyga's $12 million assertion. NBA YoungBoy. And finally, we gotta talk about the most recent situation, NBA YoungBoy. This young man from Baton Rouge was taken under Birdman's wing around 2018, with Birdman calling him the biggest rapper and a potential billion-dollar NGA, drawing comparisons to Lil Wayne. They even dropped a joint project called From the Bayou in 2021, blending their Louisiana roots and stylistic influences. But underlying warnings came from Lil Wayne himself. On his 2020 track, Multiple Flows with Lil Uzi Vert, Wayne subtly cautioned YoungBoy, and I had told YoungBoy to watch out for old head, alluding to Birdman's controversial history of financial disputes with artists. The tension escalated in June 2024 with YoungBoy's release of Tears of War, a track he described as his last recording before a police raid on his home in April. The song's lyrics directly addressed perceived betrayal. Knew that Stunna never loved me, should have listened to the CER, referencing Stunna for Birdman and Carter for Lil Wayne's warning. He also targeted Floyd Mayweather and alluded to deceptive figures in his circle. XXL reported that YoungBoy claimed Birdman never loved him, despite all the promises and public praise. Fan reactions on Reddit were mixed.
And he right back with him. He with him right now. Oh, he right back with him, so...
Some viewed it as fire, but not a full diss track, noting it contained only a few shots at Birdman amid regular YoungBoy song elements. But, and this is a big but, by mid-2025, things had completely turned around. In August, YoungBoy and Birdman reunited in New Orleans, with YoungBoy wearing a bulletproof vest, tossing money to residents alongside Birdman, signaling a thaw after the accusations of lack of support. By September, Birdman joined YoungBoy's Make America Slime Again tour, explaining his role.
Right.
I'm not about to let my little bro the money up. This came amid YoungBoy's massive success, with the tour grossing over $70 million. In October, they performed 100 rounds live for the first time and released a new collaborative track, That featuring Herm Thaw Black Sheep. At the Cash Money vs No Limit Versus battle, Birdman gave YoungBoy a shout out. As long as I'm alive,
Versus
Cash Money ain't never gonna die. Shout out Manga NBA, YoungBoy, Rich Gang, who don't like it. Birdman has also voiced optimism about YoungBoy's future, recently predicting a $200-300 million deal and affirming
Yeah, man. So as y'all can see, we found somebody that Birdman did pay. He overpaid Tiger. Y'all get down in the comment section, man. Let me know what y'all think about all this, man. It's your boy Buddha. I'm out.